Welcome, everybody. This is the most scuffed Akechi podcast that you will ever experience on the internet ever.
What am I doing here? It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday, by the way. Sunday night, too.
Oh, yeah, it's later for you than it's for me.
Yeah, for me, at least. But I am joined by my friend, JC Backfire, who we should have collabed a long time ago. JC, introduce yourself. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, well, it's an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me. This is like, I feel like, I don't know, like a crossing of two worlds or something, because like I feel like the entire time I was playing Persona 5. That's what I did recently. I played Persona 5 recently for like a year. It was crazy. I'm very new to it. I haven't played like too many of the other games yet. So no P3 spoilers or P4. Just only red game. That's it.
Only.
That's what we do. Only red game, no blue. Blue. If it's blue, I run away.
Or yellow.
Yes, or whatever it is, golden. Yeah, whatever it is.
Golden, sure.
Yeah, but anyways, this is so cool because like I feel like we always wanted to collab since like the playthrough was happening, because a lot of my playthrough was actually inspired by your playthrough. My editor was like, when I was about to play it, my editor Satchel, he was like, you got to have a playthrough as good as Crystal's. I was like, and no offense, I was like, I don't know who Crystal is. Wait, what are you talking about? What do I do? How do I?
I didn't know you prior to that either.
I know, me either.
It's okay.
And so it's super cool. It's like come full circle, and it's like, oh my God, like you're probably the person that my chat would talk about the most, like in terms of like another streamer playing the game, and now like finally we're talking about apparently Akechi. Apparently that's what we're doing.
Yes, apparently, yes. We don't have to. It'll probably bleed into like Persona 5 in general, but
yeah.
So
sure.
So to give context to this video, I recently put out a tweet. I'll put it here. Akechi has been back on my mind. Okay, so I played Persona 5 Royal 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Akechi was on my mind pretty much 24/7 for 2 years after I played. 2 years. That bitch never left my brain. And then, 3 years have gone by, and he just comes up here and there, but like I didn't have that sense of attachment anymore. I was like, oh yeah, good memories with Akechi, love the guy, but it wasn't like
You're free. You became free.
Yeah, I was free. Like he was no longer living in my head rent free. And I don't know what happened, but it was about 2 weeks before Persona 5 X was announced publicly that he just came back in my brain. Like nothing happened. It just like there was no spark. I don't know what happened. Like, did I have a dream? Like this subconscious dream that I didn't even know about? Like something clicked, and then I was like, oh my God, Akechi is the best character I've ever experienced in my life. And like this hyperfixation just came back to me full wave. And then since I've been playing Persona 5X, it's just gotten progressively worse every day for about a month.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I'm here to sort of like come in and be like, all right, is your Akechi hyperfixation, is it justified? No pun intended with justice, but like, is it justified? Is it not? Do I feel probably the same exact way? Probably. Like,
we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe not as much. I don't know. But I feel like that's why I was summoned here on this day. Is I saw your tweet and you were like, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm hyperfixating on Akechi, and I was like, what's happening?
I'm crashing out. That's what's happening, and you're just like the person I'm yapping at. Thanks.
Please, I'm a good listener. Just yap.
But I want to hear your experience too. That's what
true.
I want to hear. So I was like, oh, whenever you said that you were down for this, I'm like, oh, okay. Because there is nothing I love more than talking about Akechi to other people, because I love when people have like different opinions or have different reads or takes on characters that I may not like. Hearing different people's perspectives is like the greatest thing about life in general. To me, it's something I highly value.
Totally.
So like, I got to hear more about those inner thoughts that you never said,
Oh God.
No pressure.
What do you want to know?
Let's see. I want to know everything. Okay. That's okay. Well, first I'll start off. Do you like pancakes?
I actually don't.
Like, all right, video's done.
It's over. It's done. Well, they're okay. I'm a waffle guy. Like,
okay.
I love waffles. If I ever have the
Okay.
choice, it's always waffles. Pancakes are just too like fluffy.
No, I completely agree.
I like the crunch. So like, there you go. That probably is why I was like, who is this guy? Because that happened very early, right, in the game, where he was like, when he said that.
Famous pancake line, yeah, very early, on 6-9.
I
It's very
don't
famous.
know. Well, the thing with that line that's so crazy is like with my experience playing the game, I didn't realize like how much of an attention to detail Persona 5 has. Like there's so many moments, because especially when they play like the whimsical music, they're like, look, it's so fun, it's so happy, and they're like secretly putting in dialogue that will hint at a twist later, and you're like, wait, what? That meant something? I thought that was just like a joke. Like a full-on like, oh, that's funny. He like almost heard the cat or something. Like, that's funny. Like, I didn't think of it as like this is crazy. Like, oh my God, like the earth-shattering reveal.
That's why it's so good, because it's so subtle. Like, it's not something that it's a throwaway line. What you think is a throwaway line.
It's just like, okay, like, oh, he just said that. All right, what's his Detective Prince?
Yeah, I guess that's what people called him.
The pretty boy. The pretty boy. Yeah, the pretty boy wanted to know what we're having for breakfast or whatever. And it's like, okay, that's it.
Delicious pancakes.
In terms of the whole thing. Yeah.
I'm a crepe person myself. Crepes are king for me. Pancakes are at the bottom of the list. It goes for me, crepes, French toast, waffles, pancakes at the very bottom.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
Yeah.
So why do you like Akechi so much? You don't even agree with his first thing.
That's such a good question. So moving on.
Anyway.
Okay, I need to know, is Akechi actually your favorite character in Persona 5, or do you have another favorite character? Which is totally fine, by the way. I will not kill you if you say that Akechi is not your favorite character.
I think Akechi is. Oh God, you're putting me on. Persona fans, please don't kill me. I don't.
They're all coming with pitchforks.
I know. I feel like Akechi. Okay, here's what I would say. I don't know if Akechi is my favorite character, but he probably is the most interesting by far.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if on paper, I feel like he is probably like the coolest character in the game with everything that happens, everything that goes on. But then I have like my personal favorites just because I like their vibe, or just like, oh, that reveal was cool, or like just even like the experience of streaming the game, and you kind of have like those fun moments with chat with those characters. So like granted, there's a lot of fun moments with Akechi that like were insane, but I feel like he's like probably top like 3 for me, but not number 1.
Okay, so dare I ask?
Oh God. It's gonna be so obvious what I'm gonna say, probably.
If I had to guess.
Yeah, just could you guess?
I watched most of your playthrough, but it was also a while ago. I didn't refresh myself.
Yeah, it was like a year ago for me.
So I thought that I remembered you were either a Kasumi lover or Haru.
Oh wow.
So I'm not right at all.
You almost got it. I was definitely between like Makoto and Sumi. Okay. For sure. Okay. I was like Makoto had like Makoto was the vibe for like the whole game for me. And I was like, I love her. This is awesome. I love that she's like taking charge of the situation, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And I liked how she was connected with Sai and like all that kind of stuff. And then, and I also just thought that there was a lot of like moments. There just felt like there was a lot of moments between Joker and Makoto that like in the cutscenes where I was like, they're putting like a lot of attention on Makoto. Like she kind of seems like the star sometimes. Then Sumi just appeared out of nowhere, and then like in the later stages of the game when she's like more prevalent, and then like my whole infamous moment was like debating if I was gonna have Joker go with like either Makoto or Sumi, because I was with Makoto like the whole game,
And then she showed up. That's what I remember.
And then she showed up, and I was like, oh, Sumi's so great, and her backstory is so sad and so tragic. I know everybody has like kind of sad backstories, but hers was like really insane. Like,
oh yeah,
like she wasn't even herself like at all. Like,
yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah,
Sumi's
so
definitely.
Yeah, I like Sumi a lot. I don't know if that's like a normie thing to say.
No, not at all.
I like that whole twist and what they like led up to in the game. And I can't even imagine not playing Royal, by the way. I literally could not even imagine that.
Me too. I'm glad we both had that experience.
Oh, you didn't? Did you not play the original first?
I didn't play vanilla, no. Royal was the first experience.
I don't know if I would have enjoyed it the same way. Like, so much came together because of Royal, in my opinion.
I've always said the same thing where I feel like my feelings about Akechi that I have would not be nearly as strong if vanilla was my first experience. Like if I had played it first and then I played Royal, it would be way different. Whereas if I just experienced Royal and like I did, I don't think it'd be nearly as strong.
The hyperfixation might not be there.
Oh, it would be there, but just a lot less. A lot less. So maybe
Just
like
not...
1 year instead of 2.
Yeah, just not the hyper fixation.
Yeah, it was bad. Like this is the worst I have ever been in my whole life over a character.
Yeah, I mean, like even thinking about where, I mean, I guess to get into some of the Akechi stuff, like even thinking about where. Again, I'm not like totally as knowledgeable, I think probably as y'all are with this stuff, because this has been in your minds for so long, and it's still like kind of fresh. It's been a little bit, and it's kind of fresh. It's weird, but it's like the last scene that you would have had in the normal game, right? I guess we're going full spoilers, right? Totally.
Yeah.
Right?
Full spoilers.
Yeah. Okay. The last scene like is basically like you assume that he dies behind. Well, he kind of does. Behind he like closes the gate on you in the palace, in Shido's palace.
And that's it.
And you just like have to like live with whatever just happened to Akechi. And it's like, what's funny is so many of my favorite moments are after that.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah.
So I love Royal for that, because I'm like, yep, I pretty much hated Akechi, I think. Like, not hated is strong, but like I was just like, I'm sus of this guy. Like this guy's like kind of annoying. I think I was anyway. Dude, it's been so much. But I remember just being like I wasn't understanding why. And also my chat like loved Akechi. I was like, so what's going on here? Because like my chat loves Akechi. I don't know if they're gaslighting me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of hate that, but yeah.
I know. It's hard because you want to riff with like your community and stuff like that, and you can tell people are really excited for you to talk to Akechi, and you're like,
but you don't get it.
I don't understand. Like, it's like I don't get it. This guy, especially like starting in Shido's palace when all that was going on, I was like, this guy's horrible. Oh my god. He's doing this, and then it was like the moment the gate closed, or like the moment he was about to close the gate, and they start like, he starts going on his rant and everything. I was kind of doing this thing where I was like, why do I kind of have sympathy a little bit now?
Yeah, like the dam just breaks. Like, oh no, I'm feeling stuff now.
It's like, why do I can't, I don't want him to die.
You want to know what moment it was for me?
What was that?
Specifically, it was rank 8. I think it's rank 8 at least, where he throws the glove at you and he shoots you. The battle.
Is that where he says he hates you or no?
Yes.
It is. I see. I was gonna say that too. That scene sticks out in my brain, where you're like, oh my god.
That's
what's your deal?
That's the moment that I went from hate to love, because I hated him up until that point. And after that, I'm like, holy shit, he has balls. Because like I have mad respect for saying that to your face. Like, I hate you. Like that takes a lot of balls to be honest about how you feel directly to someone's face. I could not feel anything but respect for him in that moment. Because it's like, yes, we get that you've been hating us the whole time, and you finally said the silent thing out loud. And I loved that. I was like,
That's true.
Okay.
That's true, because normally like a story, you'd have a character that goes like, oh, like I get that this guy is jealous of me, or I get that this guy, like there's a bit of something going on here. And then the way it's just like, no, I literally hate you. Like I'm so sick of seeing your face or whatever. You're like, oh my God. Oh my God.
And that's what, like, and I love the added layer to that, because it's still a facade. Like yes, he says that he hates you, but he wants to be your friend. Like there's that layer, like he has to say it out loud almost to try to trick himself. He has to gaslight himself consistently. I'm obsessed with that moment. It's literally my favorite moment.
Oh, that's awesome. I can totally see that. Like that one's definitely up there for me, especially like when I'm talking about the early game to like the late, like third semester stuff.
Yeah.
That's like, that is probably the moment that sticks out to me. Like is that when does that happen again? Is it like, it's not third semester, it's earlier, right?
Yeah. That's like whenever you are doing Size Palace. That's the casino arc.
Oh yeah.
That's when you can do those social links or confidant. That's when you can rank that up.
Right. Okay. But yeah, that moment hits, and I mean, look, you know what they say, like hate and love, they're on the same, like you say two sides of the same coin. It's like you can go from like loving someone to getting really, really upset, or the other way where you're like, oh my God, like I am so infuriated by this person, but then it maybe like, basically I understand the ship. I get it. It makes sense. I am totally, like, if people ship that, I am, honestly, it makes so much sense. Like, wait, do you ship that?
Hell yeah.
Shuake is real?
Oh my God, hell yeah. I've never been, like, before that, I've never really been, like, a huge person into yaoi or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just, like, I felt their connection so much. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm into yaoi. Like, but like it's just their relationship just felt so real to me, and the way that they interacted with each other, like it was so easy to feel that rivalry and friendship with each other, that I just like naturally fell into it. But prior to that, I never would have expected that I would actually be into that as much as I ended up being.
Yeah,
it's surprising.
That's awesome. I love that. That's awesome. I mean, I felt that too, like throughout the game. Like I had you know, of course, like the people I want a Joker to be with, but like, it was like an undeniable thing where like undeniable is very strong. That's a little hyperbolic.
I would say,
like,
we can say undeniable. We're opinionated here.
Yeah, this is very opinionated. It's just like, I definitely felt that, especially going through the stuff at the end again, where you're like, oh, like my ride or die right now is this guy that was like, you know, we were like, honestly, again, like the two sides of the same coin thing, where it's like you have Joker on one, Akechi on the other. You know, you're supposed to like be against each other, you're supposed to hate each other, but then like by the end they're actually working together to defy this reality that's happening, and that's like the coolest thing to me. That's why I'm like, Shuake, I totally get it. I like, honestly, there are days where I'm like, yep, that probably is canon, because Jesus, it felt strong. Very strong.
It's strong. It's written way too strongly. And out of all the media that I've come across in my life, like it's hard to think of anything more like stronger feelings than that. Yeah. Honestly, to me, like,
oh, I love that. That's awesome. What's another one? Like
favorite moment?
What's another moment that comes out when you think about
it? It's hard to pick one. Like I picked one, the rank 8, where he admits that he hates you. That's definitely the thing that sticks out to me the most. But I don't know if I have like another favorite moment on top of that. I think, well, the next moment that comes out to me is unfortunately the engine room breakdown scene. The whole, as much as I hate to recollect it.
Is that the friends? To hell with that. Is that
the
that's
PowerPoint
that scene,
meme? Yeah. Teammates, friends.
Yeah.
It's just so raw.
Yeah.
Is the best
way
I can describe it.
Maybe best performance in the game.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
I think that moment is probably the best performed moment in the whole game.
Robbie went off so hard.
He did.
He did not need to, but he did.
I know.
Oh my god. Complete like side tangent, kind of, sort of, but like eventually, Persona 5 Royal is gonna get remade in like 10 years, right?
That's what people are telling me. They're like, oh, just wait. You're gonna be playing Persona 5 for even longer. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Like P3 Reload, it took 20 years. Persona 5, I'm like, okay, I'll give it like 10, 15 years. It'll be remade. And then they'll have a new set of voice actors. And then I think about that scene and I'm like, oh, yeah, they're going to do like new voice actors for everybody eventually.
Do they do that? They don't do the like old cast?
I wouldn't imagine that they would actually keep the old cast.
Oh, really?
Persona 3, they didn't. Persona 4, doubt they're going to. I actually kind of like that direction. I like having like a fresh take on characters with like, that's my opinion though. I'm kind of welcoming to newer voice actors taking over roles, but yeah, it's going to be hard to live up to that legacy of that scene. I think about that scene and I'm like, oh, it's hard to imagine somebody different other than Robbie.
Yeah, it's just sort of, he has this sort of like, I almost want to use the term like guttural. Like there's
I was thinking the same word.
Yeah, like
it's like guttural.
It's like guttural and like it almost like it's the voice is like, I don't want to say the voice is like breaking up, but there's like something where there's like I don't know.
It feels like it's coming straight from the soul.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Just absolutely from the soul, just gut wrenching, like letting out all of his life's frustrations in this singular monologue.
Yeah. It all just comes to a head. Oh yeah. It's
just such a, like, obviously that moment for me is pretty iconic. That's where I really started to break down a lot. It is so hard for me to watch my own video with that. Like, I can't do it. It's so awkward to just like watch myself break down. I can't.
No, you just have to accept it. We all look. I've cried on the internet so many times. We all cry on the internet. It's all fine. Don't worry about it.
Fine. Actually,
video games matter. They're art.
You cried a couple times, didn't you, during P5?
Oh yeah, I cried to Strikers.
Wait, you did?
I was bawling at Strikers.
Oh, I must have missed that. What made you cry at Strikers?
I don't know. I think it was like I think it was this sort of like feeling that I had. This is a bit of a tangent away from the Akechi stuff, but we'll reel it back. But I think it was this feeling of just realizing the amount of time that I spent with these characters and how they actually felt like friends, you know?
Yeah.
And I think I remember in Strikers, like what was hitting me so hard is because we already had the P5 playthrough that was like so much fun, so amazing. People were so supportive. It was such a good time. And then when I was playing Strikers, there's sort of this thing in the back of my mind. I'm like, I know there's other games. Like I know Tactica. I've heard of Tactica. I know there's a dancing game. I haven't played either. But like Strikers to me felt like, oh, this is the reunion tour. You know, like we're doing it again. Even though Sumi's not there and Akechi's not there, which are like two of my favorite characters. They're not there. That's fine.
It's fine.
You know, it's whatever. Good thing they introduced two other characters that are great in that game, which is crazy.
I know.
Like, how do they do that? I don't
They did
get
such a good
that.
job. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's so weird. But anyway, yeah, just getting towards the end of that playthrough, and then the vibe was like so much about like traveling with your friends in that game, with like the cooking and all that, and like
a
going
road
to the different
trip with your buds.
Yeah, it's like the road trip with all your friends before you're about to go to college and you lose all your friends.
Exactly. You got it. You hit the nail on the head. Oh my god. The way that I feel like this happens to every single person.
Yeah, and I was saying this on stream too, and I truly like. So many people have such a connection with Persona, and it's 100% because the games are amazing, but I think also because of how long they are, you get this sort of like hardcore attachment to it because you've put so much time into it. Like one of my favorite TV shows of all time is Lost, right?
Oh, and yes, you mentioned that.
I'm a huge Lost guy. There's actually so many things that P5 does that like dabble in similar themes.
Interesting.
And a lot of people hate on Lost's ending and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, if you just took the time and got to know the characters, you kind of have this like, I don't know, like this sort of, it just like hits when you realize the journey. Like it just all hits that you've had this journey for so long. You watched seasons of the show, you played hours of this video game, and then here you are, and you're like, oh wow, I love this, but I don't know if I want to say goodbye yet. And then it's just like, oh no, you're saying goodbye now. And you're like, no, but I put so much time in. It's like, no, it's over, goodbye. And you're like, no, and that's what it is. It's that commitment to the game, I think, makes you care about it more. It's already so good, but then you have that added layer too.
That's so true. I think what I see as elevating that feeling is the fact that Persona is a social sim. So you are quite literally living the day-to-day of these characters, which I think puts your psyche more in that headspace. Like, so it elevates everything of like, oh, okay, like I really lived with these characters, like quite literally day to day to day in the game, social sim, hanging out with all of these people and how I spend my time, because it's structured around social sim, it elevates everything. And I love that. And it just really, like, it's the one game where I really don't mind it being like 120 hours or 180 hours for you.
Yeah. Oh, I think it was.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, 260 for me.
260? Oh, 180 was for vanilla P5 for you, and then 260 for Royal, if I recall.
I think. I don't
Something
know.
like that. Like you just,
insane.
woo, buddy, you were talking a lot. You were yapping, but it was good yapping. It was good.
Thank
it was
you.
well worth the time. Like I love that
thank
you
you. I
really
appreciate it.
took your time with it, because it's the kind of game that I mean, quite literally in the loading screens of the game, it tells you take your time, because you do get way more out of the game by taking your time with it.
Yeah, it's a lot to process too. Like going through an arc and then just like immediately going to the next arc feels kind of like I always kind of need to like, nah, we gotta wait and process that, you know.
Oh yeah, especially when it comes to the Akechi stuff. Oh my, I feel like there wasn't. Oh, okay. Wait, I'll ask you a question that I didn't really think of until just now. You know how like there's this gap between the engine room scene where Akechi dies and then Christmas Eve when he shows up again? There's this gap where you like finish vanilla P5, and like the whole time I felt like it was such an epic finale, but I felt empty. Did you have that feeling too? No, you probably didn't. I'm just like crazy.
So
it was such a big
weird.
gap without Akechi that like, oh, I killed my insides.
It's weird because I remember do you mean the gap in the sense of like I felt like are you saying like did I miss Akechi like distinctively, or was it more just like did I just feel like something weird was going on, like it didn't feel something was off? Okay,
a little bit of both. Yeah
for me it was like it was so hard because I didn't know when the game was going to end, and the game felt like it was ending like 3 different times or something.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on? And then
classic.
I remember getting to the like sort of ending, like even fighting Shido felt kind of weird to me. Like there was just something that I was like, this doesn't, like, I know people love this game. I'm loving this game too, but like, it had like, it was, I was like loving it, but not like, oh my God, this is one of the greatest video games I've ever played. It's in the top like 3 or something of my favorite games. And it all like, and that immediately starts happening right when Akechi comes back. Like
right when Royal starts.
Yeah, like maybe I'm getting my thought, like I'm trying to remember what my opinions were during it because it was like a year ago, but I feel like that's where I felt is like, it's like, oh, that was kind of, we did the thing, we fought this deity, that's crazy. Yeah. But then it like when I really started getting like even more hooked into it is when they started delving into the themes afterwards, and they used Akechi as like the perfect. He was just so, oh God, he was so perfect in that role at the end. So like, yes, I agree. There was something kind of weird and off until he comes back. And that's why I'm like, I don't know if someone played P5 Vanilla. I don't know if I would have enjoyed, I probably would have been like, yes, this game is awesome. I loved it. I love the characters, but I don't think it would have been like a top 5 video game of all time for me.
Same.
and then that started happening when he came back.
Yeah, big same. Like P5 Vanilla, great game, like 9 out of 10, but doesn't hit the 10 out of 10 like legendary masterpiece of a game title until you get to like the full picture.
Yeah.
I feel like it has closure to everything as well.
Did you know he was gonna like come back?
No.
So
I just was
like,
hoping.
I need to watch. Maybe I need to see your reaction again of when he came back. I need to know.
I immediately, like, on command, burst into tears.
Oh my god!
It was the fastest I have ever cried in my life. Split second, I was distraught. My hands were shaking. I didn't expect him to come. Like, I was hoping in my heart. I was like, okay, I really want him to come back because it didn't feel like his arc was over. Like, he just dies in the engine room. You don't see anything after that, and it just like doesn't feel like I was able to have closure with this character. Like, that's it. Like,
it's off screen.
Yeah. And I have always had the opinion, no matter what media I'm consuming, TV, anime, like movies, if I don't see a body, that person's not dead.
Yeah. And this game was already so hardcore and like mature theme. Like they could show like
they would show
someone dying. So it's like that was weird.
Yeah.
It was like why is he just dies off screen? What? Like, can I help him?
Yeah.
Can I do anything?
And the way that he showed up on Christmas Eve, because he he has like this like line in the crowd and just comes at you, and I just like I heard it. I was done. I was absolutely done. I could not believe how fast I cried and shaked and just felt all of these feelings because I was just hoping the whole time that he would be alive. And then, but it wasn't but it was so fleeting, the moment that I had, because I immediately started to not believe it.
Oh, wow.
Like it didn't take long for me to have the theory that he was still dead. Whenever,
really?
Like it didn't take me long to like kind of piece that together. And then I started having breakdowns prior to the ending because I had guessed that he wasn't dead. Or that he was dead the whole time, and he was just like, this wasn't really him. So I was like double distraught after the fact. So I felt like my happiness was so short-lived with him being there.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Oh god, I'm sorry. Like it's crazy. Like you are definitely so much smarter than me in that situation, because for me, I was just like, how are you back? What did you do? What grapple hook thing did you do? Like, that's all I was thinking about is like, how did you do that? And I don't think I was thinking he was like, you know, supposed to be dead until they they flat out said it. And I was like, whoa, that's wild. That's insane.
Yeah, I almost wish I didn't theorize that. I had pieced it together pretty much as soon as we got into, it was like shortly after Sumi's arc, actually. After we got her arc. And then I was like, yeah, I already had the theory, but like I pretty much solidified it at that point. And I was like, oh, he's dead. And then I started looking at him throughout the rest of the palace as a ghost. And it was so depressing because I was already envisioning him as a ghost. It was bad. Like, my feelings were bad because I had thoroughly convinced myself of my own theory. Like, I had fully assumed that my theory was correct. And I almost wish I was wrong to make it a little bit better, because I didn't like that I was like right on the nail of that. Like, I hit the nail on the head, because it just kind of made every emotion worse after that. Like, I could not unconvince myself because the theory was so sound. I was like, wait, I can't, because anytime, I don't know if you're the same, but like whenever I make a theory, I like try to, I immediately try to counter it. Like, okay, like how, there's probably a way where my theory isn't valid, but I couldn't find any flaw in my theory. So it just made it worse and worse and worse and worse. I'm like, oh no, this makes too much sense. Shit, fuck, oh no. Everything just spiraled. It was spiraled. My gosh, it was bad.
Did you know he was the rival?
What do you mean?
Like you know how they always said like the rival throughout the whole game? Well, he kind of says he's the rival. but like they like played with that so much. Like I think I was spiraling the whole game on if he's actually the rival or if he's not. Or if it's like, I think I thought it was Sumi at one point. I think I thought it was Haru at one point.
Interesting.
It was like it was a whole meme. Like everyone was just like, JC literally just thinks like a rock is the rival at this point. Like everything is the rival.
I missed that. Oh my goodness.
Because I just didn't know if they were throwing me off with it. Like I feel like the obvious thing is it does seem like it's him.
Yeah.
Because it is. But then it was, I think like Sumi or like, I think it was when Haru showed up and Haru had like something about her outfit had like, I don't know if she had, I can't remember how her outfit looks, but she had a black mask, I think. And I was like, oh my God, is Haru like, who is this cat? Like, I don't know. And I'm like, and then she's like the sweetest character like ever. And I'm just like yelling like, you're the one who did it. It's like literally like her dad, like it's like it's so bad. It's so bad.
What the hell?
I don't know. I was just throwing things at the wall. Like this game could be lying to me. I don't know what's real. Oh my God, he's actually like shooting me now. That's crazy.
Oh my God. See, for me, it was like so instant. Like the first time you meet Akechi at the TV studio, I was like, oh, that's the rival. Like he immediately has this vibe where, I don't know, I actually don't know what it is, but there's just something about the first meeting with him and in the TV studio and he's on the show. And then afterward, whenever he comes up to you, and it's like he immediately felt challenged because the very first like dialogue box that you get in response to Akechi, I think, is like, you know how the opening scene with Akechi is like he's on the live show. They ask the audience a question and they pick Joker to ask a question to Akechi about the Phantom Thieves and how he feels. And it's a challenging question. So like Joker immediately challenges Akechi and that rivalry was instantly formed at that point. And then Akechi immediately becomes attached to him because he's like, oh, I've never had anyone like think this different opinion than me. So it's like that rivalry was like immediately clicked in my brain at that point because I'm like, oh, okay. Because he was also bringing up interesting points like Akechi whenever he was on the show. Like speaking against the Phantom Thieves and like, are they really doing justice? Like, I was like, oh shit. I loved the challenging perspective that it gives to the player at that point because you feel like the mighty hero. You feel like, oh, I'm a Phantom Thief. I'm taking down these criminals. I'm feeling good. I'm saving the world from these bad guys. And Akechi is that person that comes to you and challenges that. So that's why I immediately thought of him as a rival because I'm like, oh, he's that opposition that I'm feeling, but he's not wrong. It's a good thought process that he's making me feel, but it's definitely in rival to what you are as the protagonist.
That is so cool. I never like, I didn't remember that scene like as strongly, but now you're saying, I'm like, that makes so much sense. But I think there was also like, again, like I do this thing a lot where I'm like, no, you're gaslighting me. You think you want me to think that he is, you know? Yeah. And like there was a moment like even Sumi had a moment in the game, I think, where she was like, I don't know if the Phantom Thieves are right. And I was like, what?
Oh yes. That's a good one.
Like that happened too. And I was like, what do you mean? Join us. What are you doing? Oh. So there's a lot of that. And then like, do you remember the scene where they, like, Akechi, like, puts his hair, like, in the same...
Oh, yes. He ruffles his hair like Joker to not get seen by paparazzi or fans.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, okay, they're really, they're playing into it. Like, this is cool. Did you just go to, like, Akechi, like, at every moment that Akechi was, like, a confidant on screen? You're just like, I'm going.
I believe I didn't miss a single time, because I had the mindset, and I did say it in my video, I think, as well, whereas I had the mindset of keep your enemies close. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Oh. I've always had that quote stuck in my head for a long time. I do find that there's a lot of truth in it. So that was like a quote that I kept near and dear to me during P5 was like, okay, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. So I wanted to keep Akechi close. I was like, okay, I'm going to keep hanging out with this guy. until I had a red flag moment because I had figured out like, oh, once you get to rank 10 with all of the characters, they figure out that you're the Phantom Thieves, right? They have this moment at rank 10. They're like, you know, Takemi, the doctor, will come up to you and be like, so you're the Phantom Thieves, aren't you? You know, like they all have that moment of clarity. And then I thought about Akechi and I'm like, oh no.
You're like, you don't want to be caught. You're like, oh wait.
I was like, wait a sec. Hold on. This is bad. This is going to end up real bad. And then I started getting super sus. I started looking at his like confidants. Cause if you look at like the ranks in the menu, you can see what the next rank is going to give you, like a battle advantage wise, I think, or something like that. And Akechi's was blank. It didn't show anything. So I was like, there is something up with this guy. What is going on? Why can I not foresee his future, but I can see everybody else's? Drove me up the wall.
That to me, like, again, something that I might not have even thought about, because this is like, your media literacy is so much better than mine. Like,
it's really not. It has its moments. I promise. I'm really bad. Like 50-50. It's 50-50.
Do you like, the quick aside, do you have like streamer brain sometimes, like I do, where you're like, you're not using your full capacity to what you can do because you're making sure like the stream is good. So someone will be like, JC, you looked at the exit to the room. It's right there, and you passed over it like 5 times. I'm like, it's because like 30% of my brain is like not. It is
hard when you're streaming, because I mean, to add to your tangent, because I like talking about this stuff. Like we are multitasking, and I'm of the opinion that like it is impossible to multitask. You just get really good at diverting your attention really fast. That's multitasking. So like with streaming, you know, you're diverting your attention as fast as you can to try to multitask, but you can't do that 100% of the time. So like there is absolutely like streamer mode. Everybody has it. Every streamer has it. You're going to miss some things because you are streaming inherently, unless you completely ignore the chat, which no one really wants to do. That's kind of like the point.
It's not as fun. Yeah, it's not as fun doing that.
It's the point of streaming. We want to interact with the community. So it's like, it does take away from it. I just try to focus on whenever I'm like watching cutscenes specifically to pay as much attention as I can in that moment. But even then, it's really, really hard to do that too.
Yeah. I think like for me, I get a lot of like menu, like if there's a bunch of menus on the screen, like I just my eyes like glaze over, and I'm like, I don't know. And I think I even did the thing in the playthrough, because you're talking about like how you couldn't see his stuff. I don't even remember that. Like I think I might have done a thing where I didn't even look at what the others.
Not a lot of people do
stuff, because I was just like, I don't know if I even want to know. I kind of like the surprise of getting it, you know, of like what it's gonna be. And I think I played the game more that way, if I remember correctly. So I probably just like
that makes sense.
Didn't even notice, because I'm like, I'm not looking at anyone's to begin with. The only one that was odd was Sumi to me.
Yes,
because I was like,
she was 5.
why are you 5? Why you have 5 stars, not 10?
You're half. What are you doing?
Yeah, what the heck is this? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, I don't understand. That one was more like blatant to me, but yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I have so much.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. So can I yap about my favorite Akechi moment?
Please do.
Okay. So I'm very big in like I love like existentialism conversations and like life stuff. That's why I love Lost again, because it's like
I can see the resemblance. Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen Lost?
I know of Lost. I think I watched season 1 like a while ago, because that show's ancient.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Whenever I was like a teenager, but I never watched more than season 1.
Lost is like, a lot of people think it's very like they just survive on an island. That's it. It's like,
no, there's a story.
No, it's kind of more about like existentialism in a lot of ways. So it's like there's a lot of that, and without going too deep into it, but the thing that like won me over beyond belief, and I even did like a rant on stream. I had like a whole like, I need to talk about Akechi for like 20 minutes or whatever. Was the moment that I realized in the game that Akechi knew that he wasn't supposed to be alive, and he is like literally so like, at least up front, whatever he's putting up front and whatever wall he's putting out to Joker or whatever, the fact that he's like, dude, no, we literally have to stop. Like, there's just this vibe of like, dude, you know that you're not going to exist if we fight this guy, and you are the most adamant out of everyone right now that it's completely like we cannot let it stand. That was the bit where I was like, peak. This character is so cool. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you literally know that you're going like into the ether essentially when this is all over, but you still are like, I'm so done being toyed with and messed with all these forces outside of my control. And then I started doing that thing where I was thinking about Akechi more, and like, yes, he did a lot of bad stuff, which sucked. And bad Akechi, why'd you do that? But I say a lot of bad stuff, like really bad stuff. But when you start realizing like, oh my God, like he has been absolutely like, he's like a pawn to God, like these gods, like, and he's been like put on this path in a lot of ways because that was the like this battle that the gods wanted to happen. It's so weird. Like when you start thinking about it like that, you're like, how much fate and destiny dictated the path that he's on? How much free will did he have? It's like all up for debate. And then in the very end, he's like, dude, my own free will right now is no, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. Like, we have to stop this. And, you know, he didn't say it like that, but it's just like that whole bit. And then I was just sitting there, I'm like, Akechi's absolutely right. Like everything, like I didn't even have the debate at all. Like, oh God, is Maruki right? Or is he wrong? Like, I was pretty adamant that I was like, no, like I totally agree that this is not the right reality. And this is the wrong thing to do. And when Akechi was like the one that was validating me the whole time, I was like, this is insane.
Like,
this
he
is
keeps
so
you
nuts.
grounded.
Yeah. And he's like the most insane character in the game. And he's like, he makes the most sense like at the end. And I just love that he was just defying that. He was defying everything that has happened to him in the past. And he's so sick of like being played with and messed with. And just like that whole beat of just you as Joker and Akechi being like the only ones that kind of know, aside from Sumi too, I guess. But like, that was so cool. Like I can't like, I don't know. I haven't seen that too much in media where it's like, like a lot of times you see like, oh, like the one character, he's like, I'm realizing that the world is crazy and different. But it's like, Akechi's fully on that same wavelength with you. And that was the bit. That was the whole bit. I was like, this is so cool that they set him up like this. And then he instantly became like so badass and one of my favorite characters from that moment. I was just like, okay, I had sympathy for you. Now I really, really like have sympathy for you now, which is crazy.
Oh, absolutely. And to add to that feeling in kind of in retrospect, because Akechi knew, well, he said that he suspected that he was never real as soon as he came back, because he didn't have memories of the past month. He's like, I feel like I was just born. So he started suspecting it right away. So it really elevates that feeling of existentialism whenever you think about the first scene that he has whenever he walks into LeBlanc on the first day where Joker's like, oh my God, Morgana's a human. Like on the first day where shit's like super weird. And he comes in and he's like, hey, you're fucking seeing this, right? Like, this isn't right. Like, we got to do something about this. Like, Morgana should be a fucking cat. Like, and like, by the way, I killed Futama's mom. Like, why is she here? Like, he immediately comes in with that. But it makes it so much worse. He's just knowing that he is also a part of that while having that conversation.
Right.
In retrospect, it just makes me respect him so much. But also, I want to strangle him so much too.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's like we literally like a character that, like, poor Haru, poor poor Futaba, like all this stuff, and it's like, and oh my God, like, quick aside about. Sorry, I feel like I'm yapping so much.
Oh no, please do.
I guess that is the point. Is why we're
yeah.
here.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
But I can just. This is why my playthrough was like 260 hours or whatever. Because I just sat there and just yapped about stuff. But yeah, I think there was like a moment where Haru. I think it was Haru it was either Haru or Futaba, or maybe both of them, but like just them having empathy for him
Yes.
won me over a lot, because I was like, oh my god, if Haru has sympathy for the situation, I think it was in the engine room, I think.
Yeah, it is.
If she has empathy after everything that she just experienced, then like, why can't I as well? It's really interesting how they did that with the writing of the characters. It's like, of course, if Haru says something like is a little bit nice, and she wasn't like, oh, we're best friends now. She wasn't like that. But she just had a little bit of like, I can't remember what the line was. I wish I remembered, but there was some sort of sympathetic tone to what she said.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh, that's cool.
She says something along the lines of like, I think, or Futaba, one of them says this, but like they were like, I can never forgive you. They were like, they addressed the elephant. They were like, I can never forgive you for what you did, but like, I'm sorry that this happened to you, or like something along those lines, where it's like they were not forgiving, but like understanding. And so like, they were able to empathize. It's funny that they were able to have that moment more than like most of the community. Not to call out the community. But you look at the YouTube comments, man, like you've seen them.
Yeah, that's true.
How could you be sympathetic for a murderer? But like, yeah, these characters are like incredible, because like Futaba and Haru are able to have these moments that are, I think, very important for the story to include.
Yeah, I mean, I think Akechi is no different than like, you know, we like, people love like anti-hero stories. Like people love like seeing someone who's like so far trapped in darkness, but then there's, you know, the ray of light at the end, or then there's, are they redeemable in some way? Like even like, not that Star Wars is the best example, but like Kylo Ren, like people really, I would argue Kylo Ren's probably my favorite character in that whole, you know, the sequel trilogy. And Kylo Ren did a lot of messed up stuff. But I was like, that's the one character, like I probably care about him more than any other character. And I think that is very interesting though, because it's like, wait, why do we gravitate towards like, I think it must be just because it's interesting. It's like, oh,
I feel like
this, like I should hate this character and I don't, and that's like intriguing to me in some way.
I see it as a very human thing. I think we gravitate toward these characters naturally because we are the same. People make mistakes all the time, and we're always looking for redemption, or we're always looking to correct these mistakes. So I see it as just, it's human, because no human is perfect. Some people are going to be more extreme and commit crimes, but doesn't mean those people are also not redeemable as well. It depends entirely on the personality, I think, but I think it's just very relatable. That's how I see it, at least.
It's like you can input so many things onto the story in a way. Like you don't have to even like, you know, this story is so extreme and like hyperbolic, and I don't know the right way to describe it, but like, you know, it's going to the this you know, teenager went into the metaverse and did all this stuff and caused people to have breakdowns and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, but you could probably just, you can make up some metaphor with how that translates to like someone that you know, or like someone that's been in your life, and or just, I don't know, like people should be redeemable for sure. And yeah, it's tough. I could see the comments. That totally makes sense. I will say though, I feel like wherever corner I am right now at Persona, people were loving Akechi. I don't know, maybe I'm in this like safe space or something, but like every time I was like hanging out with Akechi, it was just people in my chat going, Shuake real heart. And I was like, yeah, I kind of get it. That's awesome.
That's so awesome.
And that was all that my entire playthrough was that.
I think it's because I had like a very more emotional reaction to it, that people were like, how can you possibly cry over a murderer? You know, like, because I was like bawling my eyes out over the engine room scene because of what went through my head at the time. But
what was going
because
through your
I
head?
had that like very kind of, I would consider my reaction to be kind of extreme. That people were like, ew, too extreme. But it was like 10% of the comments, like it's definitely the lower end. But it's just, the characters themselves had so much more empathy that it genuinely surprised me, because I actually wasn't expecting that of them, of Futaba and Haru.
Yeah. Shout to Haru. Now, Haru's not my favorite. You guessed that Haru might be, but like
I was
after
leaning
Strikers,
more towards Sumi.
Yeah, it's Sumi and Makoto, and I won't answer the question fully of
It's
who
okay.
I like
That's
more.
fair.
Oh,
that's fair.
But I, especially after playing Strikers too, and getting more of a Haru arc in that game.
Yeah.
That was huge.
She had screen time.
She had so much screen time. It was wild.
Great.
It was great. Like, I was like, oh my god, like this is awesome. Oh
For
my
real.
god. But yeah, I remember that being one of my favorite Haru moments in the whole game was like when she had empathy for Akechi, and I was like,
Yeah.
dang, I don't know if I could do that in that situation, but you did, and that's a really cool, like, I don't know, a little cool lesson of sorts of like it's okay to forgive people a little bit, maybe not all the way, but
Yeah, you don't
it's okay
have to
a
all
bit
the
of-
way.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not ever gonna be like, Akechi did nothing wrong, you know, like, you can't. I'm not gonna ever do that. It's like, we're never gonna, like, bad things still happened, but it doesn't mean you can just completely throw away a person.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh my gosh. There was so much I wanted to say whenever you mentioned your favorite scene.
Oh, when I
with
yapped.
Akechi and the existentialism.
Mhm.
The words are hard.
Mhm.
Because that scene is so powerful to me. It was also equally frustrating to me. I was so frustrated during that scene because there was nothing more than what I wanted in that moment was nothing more than Akechi to be fully honest about his feelings. I was so frustrated. Because
And he's not
know...
fully doing it.
What was that?
Like he's not fully doing it. He's kind of like he's putting up a little bit of a wall still, you know?
Yeah, the wall frustrated me to no end because my greatest desire was just to see Akechi be happy for once in his life. And I feel like the only time he ever was in the entire game was during the Sai Palace, actually being in our party and being a part of the group. I feel like to me that was the only time that he's ever been really happy, truly. Because he had friends and he actually did like spending time with them. I know, right? It's really depressing, and I just hate that he never had that moment to admit it, because I know that he knows it. Like, he's very self-aware of his situation.
Yeah.
It's kills me how much he's actually very self-aware. I don't know if did you ever hang out with him like at the jazz club a lot?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because yeah.
My chat would have killed me if I didn't. they
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like his lines in the jazz club were just so eye-opening to his character, because they were very eye-opening to just really letting the player know just how self-aware he is of all of his actions. He knows exactly what he is doing. He knows the consequences of every single one of those actions, and yet he still does it. He is still motivated by that revenge and also still tied to that fate. Like, it hurts so much. So like all I wanted in that final scene with him and Joker, and like him like really trying to get tell Joker like, hey, you're gonna deny Marky, you're gonna destroy this reality. I don't care that I'm gonna die, you're gonna do it. Like, but I wanted him to have a moment of like just honesty at some point, like, I don't know, admitting that he actually liked his life that he had, or enjoyed his time with Joker. Like, those, I know he would never do that. That'd be out of character. But I was so frustrated. I know
that's
that
what makes it so good, though. That's what makes it so good.
That is exactly what makes it so good, because I love how complex he is. And also I feel like I can relate a lot to that in Akechi too, which is why that moment in particular kind of hit me a little bit harder. Because yeah, I feel like, well, all of us a little bit like hide how we truly feel sometimes, you know? We're not going to say the silent thing out loud most of the time, you know, or how we really feel, because it's hard. It's hard to be upfront with that feeling all the time.
Well, he also, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the, like the sense of pride, right? Like, it's just, like, all over his character, where it's like... A
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, you're starting to get challenged by Joker and the gang, and you can just tell that. And again, it's like, it goes back to the scene where he says oh, I hate you, and it's like, and it's him kind of, that is a scene where he's being a little bit like actually honest about it, where he's like you grind my gears. I literally, you know, can't stand the fact that you know, like you're around me right now, and it's so interesting because it's just I don't know. The more I'm thinking about, like, you know, when we first started talking today, like, when you mentioned that scene really is such a standout because it does kind of show that the opening of his wall a little bit, where he's like, oh yeah, I'm aware.
He starts to really break down. Like, Joker is really grating on his nerves at that point. He's like, I want to win against you, bitch. I hate you so much. Like, the wall crumbles down at that point, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was juicy. All right.
Yeah. Did you have this? It just appeared in my head. Did you have the scene where you go back to like the jazz club later?
Oh yes.
And I think it was like, yeah, it's like you go back there and it's like, so I think it's like a local there says that like Akechi used to come here a lot or whatever or something.
Yep.
And
it was a frequent.
and then Joker like still has the
in his pocket.
In his pocket. For how long?
Ever since he got it.
That's
Ever
insane.
since rank 8. That's like, at that point, because that was like March in the game, I think. So that would be about 5 months. He had that glove in his pocket for 5 months. Isn't that something? We'll say 4 months to be forgiven.
Shuake might be real. That's crazy.
Right? Like,
that's crazy.
That's actually crazy. God, that's another point that made me cry on Instinct. Like, on Contact. Like, I read that and I was like,
yep.
Because that's
it's
brutal. Like,
is there a way you like, is that an option? I think it's like optional as in going there, but like, is there a way where you don't have the glove? Is that possible? Or do you always have the glove?
I guess if you don't finish Akechi's rank, because if you don't get rank 10 with him, which can you not? Actually, I think you can. Yeah, you can miss that if you don't get rank 8 prior to the engine room scene, because that's where it goes 9 and 10, right? But I think you can finish it without it being 10, so then that wouldn't show up.
Dang, that's such a good one, like to see too.
I know.
So good. I just can't believe he held it. Like oh, I look at my pocket and I have his glove. I'm like, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Like, what do you mean?
Cutest and saddest. It's crazy.
I know, yeah.
He really just believes that he's gonna come back one day. Like, he owes me a rematch. He's gonna come back one day for that rematch.
Oh my god. It's so Sonic and Shadow coded. It really is. I said that so much.
I know very little about Sonic and Shadow, but from what I know, I can picture that.
It's weird because like Joker is more the darker character. Like his like attire, his hair is like darker and everything.
Got the black and red theme.
That's true. Yeah, it's like it's weird. Like Joker is like more like Shadow or something, but then Akechi definitely has more of like an edgy Shadow vibe too. It's like they're both Shadow. It's weird.
Oh, that's
like
weird.
Neither of them are like fully like a Sonic. It's like they're both like Shadow. They're both like the good side of Shadow and the bad side. This is where Shadow could have gone, and this is where he ended up going. That's everything too. It's like they do that so much. Like, you know, Sonic memes aside, it's like like they do give you the impression that like Joker either or could have easily been the other one, like the other side of it. I think in some ways, if things didn't fall the right way, or like, you know, the fate that maybe is playing out, or even like just, I think the thing that made me so sad too is like, again, the Akechi, like when he goes off, it's like the friends, right? Like
that's a big
like thing. It's such a like true, it's like, you know, it's the whole like friendship wins for sure, but like it's like truly Joker had people around him, like a support system around him, and Akechi didn't have that. And you wonder if that's that you know, I think it definitely contributed actually to how his story went. And it's like, damn, like I just wish I could have given Akechi the friendship like earlier on, and so he's just like okay and not going down this whole like revenge pipeline for so long.
In retrospect, I think that is my favorite implementation of like anime. Friendship is power. Like,
yeah,
very anime thing. It's my favorite implementation of it because it's also like a gameplay mechanic at its core. You create these confidants throughout the game. You are actively creating these relationships throughout the entire game, building friendships, and that is what makes you who you are. And Akechi doesn't have any of that. He only has you.
Oh.
I know, it's great, but yeah, it's another great like storytelling to enhance that like that fate. The story, like everything, the gameplay mechanic enhancing the fate and the storytelling.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Did Persona also make you just like realize like your friends, like the real ones that you have in your life?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It's so crazy how it does that.
Sometimes I can look at a friend and be like, yeah, we're rank 7.
That's insane.
I'm just kidding. I've never actually done that.
No,
you know what? You know what? If I looked at a friend, could I do that? Maybe I could if I thought about it. I was just joking, but like maybe I could.
We're like, wait, like I'm just seeing the numbers like happening. It's like, wait a second. Like you look at somebody, you're like, wait, I don't see the skill tree of like things. Wait,
oh no,
what's going on?
Are we doomed?
Oh no.
Doomed friendship.
Yeah. A rival? Is this my rival?
This is my rival. Oh no.
But yeah, that is definitely something that again, I think that's why like when we talk about the strikers thing, it was like, oh, okay, I'm realizing now what I should think about in my life. Oh God. You know, as I like, cause I think I'm curious if you relate to this, but like, it's so easy to silo yourself, like, and just be like, oh, I just get into work and to, you know, my passions. And like, you know, like I'm so bad with keeping up with people, like in general,
yes.
Which is so funny because Persona is like all about that. It's like, keep up with this person. And it's like, oh God, how do I manage? And
it's so
like,
easy when you're a
that.
teenager.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to know. Like, where's the, oh, wait, I actually assume not, but is there any Persona game where they're like in college?
No. Well, Persona 2 has older characters, but it's not like centered in college.
Okay. But that's the real tea. It's like, once you're in college, is it like, hey, is it harder to keep up? It's like you have like less time or something.
I mean, yeah. As you grow older, as you get into adult. This is why Persona will stay teenager phase forever.
Yeah.
Too unrealistic. When you get into adult, you can't keep in touch with all these people.
Yeah, it's like it's so real. Like and again, playing these games, I'm like, oh my God. It's so easy for me. I didn't talk about it at the start too much, but like I do like game dev during the day. So like I work at a gaming studio in my daytime. And I commute back and forth. It's like an hour, like over an hour drive. It's insane because LA is nuts. And I do that. I come home and then sometimes I have the energy to stream. And if I do that, if I do both, I'm like, where is my time for like confidant ranks with my friends? Like where?
No time.
It's like already I feel like I'm doing like a double life thing or something where I have like 2 jobs kind of. But and then that's not even including like spending time with Emmy, like she's like my number 1. So it's like,
yeah,
what do I do? And then Persona's like hang out with people, and I'm like, I'm trying.
I'm trying. I gotta do work, and then I gotta commute for an hour home, and then I gotta sometimes do like a part-time job, like side job, side gig, but then like I have a partner that I have to be with, but then I have friends on top of that, and then I have a family on top of that.
And then Crystal's like, we gotta rant about Akechi today.
I contact you like, hey, you wanna like waste an hour or 2 of your life talking about Akechi? And you're like, yeah, I think I can pencil that in, maybe.
I hope you know that is just a joke.
I know.
Very much enjoyed this. But it's so funny. It literally, but it is a thing where like, even doing this, it's like, oh my God, I have to we have to really schedule it out.
Oh yeah.
to make it work. And it's like, why? Like,
They make it seem so
Persona
easy.
makes me think about it. Yeah, it makes me think about all that. It makes it sound so easy. Oh,
I know. There's so much to play off of with Persona, but I have to say that I appreciate the social sim aspect more of the game. I appreciate the social sim aspect of the game more than I thought I would, because I never really was into those kinds of games prior to playing Persona. Like maybe a little bit, but it's not like my favorite thing. But I felt so immersed in the story, living it in a day-to-day sequence like that I didn't realize that I was going to resonate with it as much as I did. But I think that might be a testament to the good writing of the game. Maybe.
Oh, totally. What was like, if you had to say like a really big game that you're into before Persona, what would you say that is? Because I'm curious because we both probably came at it at from different angles.
Yeah, my favorite franchise growing up was Fire Emblem. So I came, my favorite genre of gaming is tactical strategy RPGs. So that's where I come from. But I grew up with a lot of Final Fantasy. I've almost like every Final Fantasy up to that point.
Oh wow! So yeah, I've never played a Fire Emblem game.
You don't need to. I mean, they're definitely like it depends on what people like, so I always recommend Fire Emblem. Like, if you like strategy RPGs, then yeah, go for it. They're like one of the best out there, but the stories are very mid. So if you're playing it for the story, it's not worth it.
Yeah, my thing was more like FPS games. Actually, I used to just play FPS games.
You played COD, right?
I was a COD Zombies YouTuber for like 10 years.
That's crazy. That's like crazy to go from that to Persona. Like, what possessed you? I need to know, JC. What?
I think it was a bit of like, not to go too far down the weeds, but it was like Zombies had this like long ongoing story that like lasted for like 10 plus years. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I know nothing.
It was nuts. It was like a thing that started out as like kind of like a joke within Call of Duty. Like when people used to ask me like, oh, what do you do? I make like Call of Duty videos. They're like, oh yeah, like you cover multiplayer. It's like, no, like I'm into this like really weird thing about it. And so I did that for like 10 years. And then like we kind of pretty much got like to the most that we could, like a story wrap up moment of that story. They've still like continued it in other ways, but like the brackets around the story kind of happened. And I was like, I'm gonna go play some different games, because I've dedicated, like, you know when you like hyperfixation, right? Like I hyperfixated on that game. It's all I talked about for like days, and it was my whole life. And then I just started doing variety streams on Twitch, because like I want to go play more games. I want to go like play some of the other things I didn't have time for.
Yeah.
And kind of dabbled on all this stuff, and people were like, oh, you should try Final Fantasy. Oh, you should try Persona. I was like, I'm not gonna do Persona. I've always heard that's super long. Not gonna do it yet.
I feel that so hard. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into something that you know is a commitment.
Yeah. And just luckily it was just people were supportive enough and just excited enough to like keep asking me and keep wanting me to try it. And then I tried it, and like again, I consider myself a variety streamer on Twitch, but like playing Persona took so much of my time that it looks like I'm a Persona channel.
You're just a Persona channel now.
Maybe I that is my side gig, is I talk about Persona way too much now. But it's so crazy. I wasn't even used to games like this at all. Like
That's crazy.
I never grew up playing Pokemon even. Like I didn't do a lot of like turn-based stuff. I grew up with this guy.
Yeah, what did you grow up with then? Oh, with Sonic. I never played Sonic.
I was all like Sega. Like I never played like Nintendo stuff growing up. So I never played like most Mario games I haven't played. Like I know of them and stuff, but I've never I was always a Sonic kid. And then later it was like Halo, and then Call of Duty, and then Zombies for like ever. And then now I've played a lot more games like in the last like 6 years or so.
It's literally crazy.
I know, it's crazy. It's like in Persona now is like, I stand by it. I did like a ranking of like my favorite games of all time, and I had like my definitive, like maybe in like no particular order for the top 5. It's just so hard. Well, I have one that's my absolute favorite, but the Persona is in my top 5 now. Persona 5 Royal. I'm like,
Same.
that is top 5 video game of all time. And I never, I thought I would like it. I thought I would actually love it even, but I didn't think I would love it to that extent.
Yeah, like it'd be top 5 worthy.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean? It's like, this is a...
That is quite the turnaround. Like, I would never expect that from, like, somebody that is into FPS, really, because, like, I don't expect people like that are in that genre. Usually they stick to that genre. You're not going to go into, like, an RPG. It's very, very different.
Oh, yeah. It's like in one of my other games in there is Halo 3. it's like Halo 3 and, like, Persona 5. It's, like, completely...
wild. Two very opposite spectrums, but you know, kudos to you. I'm glad that you like were open to that experience, like even if it took like a lot of like people asking you to play it, but still like you took the time to actually do it and consider it at the end of the day. That's a
I appreciate
very
it.
big step.
I honestly, it's only because people were encouraging enough where it didn't feel scary as like a streamer, because you know, like when you do the big commitment, you're like, oh god, am I gonna play this game and then I have to say, guys, I don't know if I can do 200 hours of this or whatever it is. And I just honestly, it's just like the Persona community, it's like yourself, like people coming in and just being like, oh, like I'm excited to see your playthrough. Like that is like 100% the reason why I did it and kept going. And thank you.
Oh,
thank any of you watching too, because it really meant a lot to me, seriously.
Oh, that's so heartwarming.
As I hold my shadow.
So basically what I just learned is people can bully creators out there to play Persona 5. If they tell them enough times, they'll eventually play it. And if you support them by watching their stream enough, you're going to force people to love Persona 5 doing it that way.
Yeah, it's all about money.
Yeah,
actually.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's the lesson that viewers can take away from this video. If you want to watch any of your favorite streamers, go to Queso and just spam Persona 5 in his chat. Maybe one day he'll play it.
With a $25 dono. Please play Persona 5. Please.
Play Persona 5. And then eventually it'll work.
That is a joke.
For legal reasons, this is a joke.
No, but the support was insane to the point where I was like, it's hard to even describe, because it's like, it's one thing to enjoy a game and like, I love this game. And then when you feel the energy of everyone around it also like, I love this game too. And just like this collage of people all agreeing that the game is amazing. That was so insanely cool for me.
I didn't realize like the Persona fandom is nuts compared to any other RPG fandom that I've seen. Cause I've been through quite a bit. You too, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
Like Persona fans are strong.
Uh-huh.
And not only that, they kind of deliver too. Because like, you know that there's a difference between whenever people suggest you a game and then they don't show up. Whenever you actually play the thing, they're like, oh, I want you to play this game. This is my favorite game. And then they don't show up.
I know.
The Persona fandom, I feel like, is actually the only one that I have found that delivers in that. Like, I want you to play Persona 5. And then everyone actually shows up because it's like, that's the game. Like, that is the game that people, like, they are looking forward to people playing Persona.
Yeah, it was like, please play this game. And I was like, yeah, like, I probably will at some point. Like, I don't know if it'll do like I don't know if people will show up. Like,
it's scary.
Fully. And again, a lot of my audience from back in the day is a lot of FPS guys.
It's
guys
way different, So you have to like trust in the system there. That's a huge trust jump for you.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen with this. I don't even know if you don't even know right away if you're gonna like it either. And then lo and behold, people showed up, and I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. You guys actually didn't lie.
I'm so glad. Welcome to Persona. Now I'm sure people are bombarding you with play Persona 3 and 4 constantly.
The blue game.
Yeah, just wait for the new Persona 4 game anyway, so you can sit on that one.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I might not.
Wait.
I think that if I do another one, it will be well, I'm probably gonna do it. I shouldn't say if. At this point, I need to know. But it's probably gonna be P3.
Yeah.
But
I think that's the smart.
All right, here. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Here's a question though. I don't even know if I should even ask this. This is interesting. What is Akechi your favorite Persona character of all time?
My favorite fictional character of all time.
Oh my god.
All fiction.
Oh, you weren't joking.
Oh no, yeah. He's like like the way that I love this character and just how well he is written throughout Persona 5. He became my favorite fictional character of all media.
Oh my
that
god,
I have
that's
ever
wild.
consumed in my life. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I can't think of a character. Well, there's maybe a few that come close in my brain, but he's easily at the top. Like, there's not even a question in my mind. Just how much I really admire how they wrote him and just the way that I can connect with him.
That's so cool. It's weird. I never even thought about that question, like favorite fictional character ever. I don't know why.
I really had one before Akechi. He just clicked with me that much that I was easily able to say that.
Yeah, because I don't know if I have one. Like off the top of my head, I'm like, oh yeah, that's like my favorite fictional character. Like it's usually like the whole package. Like, oh, I love the whole game or the whole show or whatever. That is so insane. So I guess my question is like there's no one in P3 without saying names of characters too much because I don't know much about the game. There's no one in P3 that tops Akechi.
No.
Wow. Is that a hot take? Is someone gonna be like,
no?
Oh wow, let's go. That's actually so sick. That was such a mic drop.
I love Persona 3. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think many. Yeah, I'm not gonna speak for everyone, but I can't imagine the majority of people saying yes to that.
Wow.
I feel like there's, like, I love Persona 3, 4, and 5 for different reasons. Persona 5 has my favorite overarching story and general gameplay experience. Persona 4 has my favorite characters. I think they have the strongest cast of characters. And then Persona 3 I find to have the strongest theme. So I think they all have their strengths. And they all are great for different reasons. That's my opinion of the overarching picture.
And so like the P5 cast isn't your favorite cast, but Akechi's your favorite character out of everything. Like literally everything. Like life.
Yeah. Life.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm so intrigued to see like what I think about the other games. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, and everybody else is too, I assure you.
I just always want to just do it justice again. Like I get like you know what I mean? Like you get like the stage fright, like, oh god, what if I don't?
And then you don't want to disappoint people, like, oh.
Yeah, totally.
What if I don't vibe with this game and everyone else does, and I'm
Yeah, like again, what if I was playing P5 and like I got to see it, I'm like, yeah, F Akechi, I'm done. I hate this guy.
Oh, that's actually a point that I think about a lot is how I am very thankful that I wasn't a big streamer at the beginning of my P5 playthrough. Because I was like, baby, that was the beginning of my variety streaming. Yeah. So I was like 30, 40 viewers. Like I was super small. And I was baby at the beginning. And then I ended with 700 as I like put out my videos. But at the beginning.
That's incredible, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah, I still can't really fathom how it happened. But I appreciate that because I feel like my experience would have been a little bit different because my hate train for Akechi was pretty strong. And also Ryuji at the beginning. I was also on a hate train for Ryuji at the beginning.
How could you hate the bro?
I was just sus of him. I was like, bro, like, because I had the mindset of like, okay, I am fully immersed as Joker, as a protagonist, and you have this criminal record, and I didn't want to be friends with Ryuji because he was trying to get me to do bad things. I was like, I'm trying to be like a good straight-laced guy so I don't get in trouble again, and Ryuji's making me, you know, break the rules. Okay, like back off, guy. Like I wanna be a good guy. Like I can't dip toes and like I have to be good or else I'm done. Like I'm just gonna go to jail. Like so I was hating him at the beginning for a long time. I'm like, dude, fuck off. Like I need to be a good student, okay?
This is okay. I promise I don't want to side tangent too much, but the whole time I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth right now, Red 13 is voiced by Ryuji, and it freaks me out.
Isn't it crazy?
Oh, I'm like, that's my bro.
Max is crazy, the range he has. Oh my god.
I know.
You would never be able to think like, I would not have known that Max was Red at all.
But yeah, sorry, go back to what you're saying. I just had to say
But yeah, I was similar with Akechi. I have a feeling that like I would have gotten a lot of shit, or like chat would have been way different if I had like a larger chat back then.
Yeah.
Like giving me hints at like who Akechi was, because you know how they like to do subtle foreshadowing and stuff. And I'm like, I'm actually kind of thankful that I was like a baby at that time, because I didn't have like the hive mind chat perspective, I guess, which does influence well, at least me. I'm not gonna speak for all streamers, but like it does have a slight influence there.
Oh, totally.
So I was super thankful that I was able to have like a very raw experience with being a baby and just experiencing Persona 5 without like any outside perspective. I was able to hate Akechi freely without feeling bad about it, because chat was like, bro, he didn't even do anything wrong. Why are you so mad at him? Like, you know, they would be like
don't be mean. He's just a little baby.
He's a little baby. Don't be mean to him. And I know I would have gotten so much of that. So I'm like, I feel like I just played it at like such a perfect and pristine time. So I know timing is also a factor in like why I love Akechi so much. It's because like, yeah, his story hit me. I do love him as a character, but also just like the overall experience that he allowed me to have with my channel blowing up literally because of him, which is stupid.
Awesome.
But like, so I have this like extra attachment to him, both as a character in writing, but as what he did in my life, in my personal life.
Oh, I feel that. I have definitely have moments like that for sure, where you're like, oh man. And it's hard. It's hard to wade through the water of what that is, because it's like, you're like, do I really like? It's like I like this character, and it also like my life, like things in my life happened when I was experiencing this story or this character, and that's the stuff that like. I don't know, like I've been there. I've definitely been there where I have cried my eyes out on stream about something, and like people are like, why are you crying? Like it's like at the ending of Zombies back then. I was just bawling. Everyone's like, why are you crying? Like,
that emotional, really?
Oh yeah, I was like fully. It's hard to even explain why. It's the same thing that you're describing, where it was like, I can't explain why it hits, but there was just this like. It was just like, oh my god, like I'm like emotional with life right now, and also I'm experiencing this story, and I could almost see like what the in the Zombies case, I could almost see what the devs were trying to say through the media. It was really weird. It was almost like a fourth wall breaking thing, where I was like, oh, they're saying goodbye. Like that's what's happening right now. Like I can sense that they're saying this is the pen and the story. And I'm like, oh my god, like this at the time it was like my whole life, right? And it was like just insane. Like that's probably my most emotional thing. That's like probably my equivalent to your Akechi thing, probably. Unless you have something else that's more emotional on stream. Yeah.
I mean, I have like I'm definitely emotional with some other things.
Me too.
But from what you said, I'm curious, because you are a game dev. I wonder if you like have more of a connection to like certain aspects of games, because you can more easily envision the perspective of the devs because you're in that position. Do you find yourself like that with like most games that you play? Like you're like you experience something and you're like, oh, I can see what the devs are trying to do here, because like you kind of are in that position.
Yeah, I'm still like fairly like new on the scale of things. Like I got into game dev stuff in 2020, and it's like. Still haven't got my credits on anything, because game dev is tough, and projects, you know, are insane. I mean, in the news this week too, like just massive layoffs. It feels like every freaking week. Yeah. So, but over the like, it has been a thing for sure, where like I just like the thing to me a lot is just I get very like designer brain with things where I'm like, and that'll be like my critical aspect a lot is I'm like, why is Persona telling me to do this at this time? And like, why did they roll it out to me this way? Or like, I don't like my emphasis, I don't like the Akumura boss fight like at all. And people are like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I think that the difficulty is like this in the game. It's really strange.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it's just like, it is that appreciation though of like, how did they do it? I just, like, games are so hard to make. And from my perspective, at least at the moment, I'm just like, especially because I haven't shipped anything yet. And I've been in the industry for like 5 years. And it's like, I'm just like, just releasing anything and getting anything to the end zone is got to be such a feat. And then when you think about that and you're like, okay, well, they released this thing, and you think about Persona 5 and it's like, they released this thing that's like, again, like a 200-hour video game for some people. And granted, I know that like there's a lot of stops and reading and things like that. And that's why it kind of gets a lot longer. It depends on how fast you read and stuff like that. Yeah. But it definitely, to answer your question, yes. It's like there's this massive appreciation I have now where I'm like, how did they greenlight this? Like, and do these twists, and how does the royal thing happen where it's like, yeah, like I get royal probably makes them more money because they get to like do like a re-release of the game and things like that. And that's right. Cool. But like, then part of me is like, did they expect to make the royal version while they're making the normal version, and then they like planted seeds for these things? Like, how did that work? And then I start losing my mind a bit. Like, I'm going crazy with like a whiteboard or something because I'm like, did they always want Akechi? Like, I'm like, did they always want Akechi to be like, slightly redeemable, and then really redeemable and royal? Like, was that their plan? It seems like it. Yeah. I wish I knew like how did they like put all that together, and like they have to have like a web of how everything connects with the confidants and how the story, like, I'm so curious of what that like design board looks like of like, how did they just, and this gameplay thing is going to go over here to this confidant, and you can do this, and you could miss all that, and it's like, wait, what? Like,
yes. Oh my God.
How did they make this game? I don't even know.
I'm exactly with you in my feeling with that. Like, I would love to just sit in the room with them in like a board meeting or something as they like, as all of the different departments and teams talk to each other about how this whole thing is coming together.
Yeah.
I need to experience that.
It's unreal. It's like, how do you, it's got to be such a insane pressure as well. Like, you're making this really massive game. Yeah. And then you somehow find a way of all these threads to like connect, and the story is really like well written, and the characters are really well written, and like just so many things have to go right. Like, that's what just blows my mind. It's like so many things just have to go right. Yes. And it's like, it's skill. It's just, there's so many things. Like, I'm not saying it's like all luck, but it's like, oh my God, like I can't even imagine. Like, I would love to know where they started from really badly. Like, what was their like North Star for what Persona 5 is, and how did they like, build it out from there?
Oh, that is so. I also come from like I don't know if you know, but I come from like a theater production background. So I went to school for theater. So like, I also have like that same mindset of like, I love seeing how theater productions come together, where like the team, you have the costume designer coming in with the set designer, with the sound designer and the stage manager. How are they putting this together? That is like my favorite part of a show coming together, is like experiencing how all these moving parts come together. It's the same with game development, like all artistic projects in general and entertainment all have to work in the same way. But just for something to become a masterpiece, it's like, okay, but how? It's crazy.
And look, to be fair, like, I've seen some comments from people that are like, like even like P5X, right? It's like, they're doing like more Persona 5 and stuff like that. I'm like, I feel like I have sympathy of like, dude, if they found it, they found an amazing game and like a sub franchise within Persona that people actually like really, really love and dig. Like, I totally get why there's more games, because it was probably a monumental achievement to even get that one. So I'm like, I don't know. It's people, crazy. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, like, when you said the theater background, is that where all like the cosplay and like dance stuff comes from? Is like
no.
No?
I've been dancing since I was 3. My mom just put me into it, and I just stuck with it all these years. And then I went to college for dancing. And then I added on a theater degree, so I was a double dance and theater major in college.
Yeah.
But I added the theater on my sophomore year because I wanted to do something else. Like, dance wasn't enough for me, so that came on. That was actually the last thing that came. Cosplay I started doing whenever I was in high school because I was just like a weeb. I was a weeb before it was socially acceptable, so I was like going to cons in high school. So I had this passion because like I guess I was a little bit spoiled. I guess a little bit of background is like I was a dancer whenever I was 3 years old, and I would compete starting at 6. But I was spoiled because my mom would hand make all of my costumes for like any solo number I would do. So I immediately had this like asphyxiation for costume making because my mom would make me these costumes. So like whenever I learned about cosplay, because I was already an anime fan thanks to my friends in high school, and then they told me about conventions, I was like, oh my god, people cosplay. And then I was like, oh my god, people can make their cosplays. And then my mom started helping and teaching me, and I was like so inspired because I was like, oh, my mom used to do that for me and like make me costumes. I can do that too. And so I just became obsessed with cosplay while I was also dancing. And then there's a lot of conflict there too, because like the dance world does not get along with nerds at all.
Oh no. Okay.
So I was very much an outcast. And then I added theater on later, and I felt great because I was able to, like, theater kids accept the different talents. So like they loved me for dancing, but they also loved me for like making cosplays and like everything that I was. And I just stuck with theater ever since. I just loved it so much. And like
that's
the energy.
So cool. Yeah, that's so cool. My fiance got like really into cosplay as well. Like
heck yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like a bit of like she hasn't as much lately, but like when we first started dating, that was like a thing where I was like, wait, what's going on? Like how did you get into this? And her thing was like she was very much like into the Star Wars cosplay scene, because they have like these different
That's a big scene.
Yeah, like these different like
the 501st is a big one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And so like that's my introduction to that, because I was like, oh, like this is a whole ordeal. I don't even understand like how people make stuff that is actually accurate at all. Like I don't like that skill. Like you're saying your mom would make stuff like.
Yeah, my mom would make me costumes growing up for dance, and she did make me a couple of like Halloween costumes too.
Yeah.
So she would constantly be making me stuff.
That's so crazy. I don't know how people.
I just all from a young age, pretty much.
Yeah, that is insane. That's really cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, little background on me.
Yeah, well, I gave you the whole like zombies thing, so it's only.
That is so fascinating. Like that is like one of my biggest takeaways from this. I'm like, damn. Okay, that is quite the turnaround.
Yeah.
I guess I feel like I'm keeping you here too long. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. How long have we been going for? Is it like
an hour and a half?
Oh shh. Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. It's only 6:30 for me.
I guess that's true, but still.
Yeah, it's later for you.
I'll try to not like keep you too much longer. We
okay, yeah.
I can start to wrap it up maybe.
Cool. I'm down.
Whatever you kind of like hinted at it, that you do think that Akechi is redeemable.
Is Akechi redeemable?
Yeah, you kind of like in passing said it a few times, like slightly redeemable. I think you said twice. But
I think so.
Yeah. You think
I think so. I think I know he did a lot of effed up stuff.
Right.
And I get that. And it is really bad.
Yeah. Of course it is.
Like we shouldn't shy away that it is really bad what he did. Like That's kind of crazy.
Oh, it is. It's insane.
To put it in the simplest way, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I think with everything that happened in the game, I think that was what they tried to do, is make you feel that way about Akechi. I feel like that was the goal, for you to get to that point and go, oh wait, he's actually, with everything that happened, he's not so different from the Phantom Thieves in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
He really helps you guys. And then B, he's not even so different from Joker. Like, they're literally so similar, just different social situations and so many, like, and honestly, in some ways, like, Joker had a very effed up backstory as well, with what happened to him and with Shido. It's Shido, right? Yeah. And so it just, like, Joker just handled that stuff better, and found and had more of a social support system with all the friends that he meets in the game. But I think that the whole point is that you're supposed to look at Akechi and go, like, oh, that easily could have been one of us, if in his shoes, potentially.
Yeah,
maybe,
and the Phantom
right?
Thieves
Like,
say that.
Yeah. So I think absolutely. I think absolutely he's redeemable.
Yeah,
do
I'm
you
definitely.
I assume you think the same thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely, like, I always reiterate, like, what you said earlier. Like, I never diminish his actions.
Yeah.
Like, they're bad. Absolutely. Like, not just people dying, but, like, overarching societal things that he affected inadvertently because of it. Like, just because he wanted revenge. Like, I never diminish any of that. I do think that the whole point of his arc throughout the entire game is that he is redeemable. Like, you can never get rid of those crimes that you had, but because all of those crimes that he did commit were for one purpose and one purpose only, because of his revenge. What is he without that? He doesn't do that. Because he's not just, like, what some people would just call as, like, a mindless serial killer. Like, he's not that. He killed for a reason, and without that reason, he's not going to do it. So I think, like, he had clear intent and purpose behind his actions. So you strip that from him, and you see, like, his true self in third semester, and you're like, yeah, absolutely, like, redeemable at that point.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Dude, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy. It is. It's crazy.
It's really weird. I think you're spot on. It's like it also is like, what does the word redeemable mean? Like, you know, like, is it like, well, does that mean that he 1-to-1 can come back from everything that he did? Probably not.
Oh, no.
It's more just like, is there like, it sucks. What sucks so bad is that his story has such a sad ending. So it's like, I can't talk about it as in, like, oh, like, he's gonna run off and he's gonna, like, you know, finally he's gonna do, like, the Thanos thing and, like, finally, like, rest and be like, I'm good now. Everything is all fine and I have all these friends around me. It's like, no, he didn't really get that, sadly.
Yeah, no.
But I do think that there is definitely a part of, the way I would put it is, I think there's a part of his soul, for sure, that can be redeemed.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, a part of his soul. Maybe, you know, he got really dark. I'm not gonna lie. He did get
the
very
crimes
dark,
can
but
never truly be forgiven.
Yeah.
But he can do his best.
Yeah, he can do his best to try to like, course correct from what he did.
Yeah, exactly.
You know one thing I totally forgot to talk about, though?
Yeah.
I want to mention it definitely before we go, for sure.
Please do.
One of my favorite moments in the entire game is the Royal Trio moment.
Oh my God, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. I totally forgot to talk about that, but, like, when he's, like, maniacally, like, laughing and destroying everything in the palaces, and you're like, this guy's on my side. That's wild. And I think there's even a moment where, like, isn't there a moment where, maybe I'm misremembering, but I think this happened, where, like, Sumi is about to do a fight or something, and Akechi's like, this is how you actually do it. And I'm like, oh my God, that's cool. Like they interrupted the gameplay, like, and just like, they normally don't do that. And so that from like a game design perspective, I was like, oh, that's cool. Like they made me think I was gonna do this whole fight. And Akechi's like, nah, no, we gotta do it like this. Yeah. And he's kind of like roasting her a little bit because she's not like fully as like prepared as he is, because he's just so good.
Yep. And then the famous moment where Kasumi is like, what did she say? It's Sumi at that point. Is he always like, was he always this crazy, or is he always like this?
Yeah. What did the other characters say? I don't remember what they said to that. I do.
Well, that's when Joker gets like, you get the optional dialogue, and he's like, oh, this is like the true Akechi. This is his true form, I think, is one of the options. The real Akechi.
The real Akechi.
Yeah, it's great. Oh my God. Yeah, the royal trio is done so well.
It's such a fun dynamic because like Sumi is so like I mean, like I'm an Aerith fan, okay? Like
I see.
I love you can start to see like
yes. Like, based by the way. Super based.
Thank you. But like still love Tifa as well. Don't worry. I still love Tifa as well. I've always been like an Aerith like stan for sure.
I'm the same.
Oh, awesome.
More Aerith than Tifa.
Okay. Yeah, same. And Sumi went like, I love those dynamics where like Sumi is like so pure and just like she has that sort of like cutesy, like pure, like innocent thing going on. And then you just pair that with an absolute menace. Like, and it's like, what's going on? And then Joker's just like there as well. And I wish we had more time. Like in that trio. Like that would have been so cool if there was a little bit more time, but alas, maybe it's good because it was so short.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Definitely a short and sweet moment. I do wish we had more scenes. I know that they incorporated some more scenes that were in Royal and not Vanilla. Like one of my favorite ones that's kind of like on the down low is just whenever they go to, it's just like, I don't know if it's like a coffee shop or some restaurant, but like the three of them actually like go to like a coffee shop and they're like sitting down and have a conversation. And that's where Sumi brings up the conversation of, you know, I don't believe in what the Phantom Thieves are doing. I don't believe that they're just. And like, it's kind of like a great conversation, like a great dynamic, because like Akechi knows who Joker is at that point, and then Sumi doesn't know, but she's having such a relevant topic to the both of them that are there and have like this knowing like in the back of their brain. Right. And Akechi feels the same way as Sumi, but also like there's a dynamic like where they both feel the same as Joker. It's like the bounce back of feelings on their takes with each other is bounced off so well in that scene that I love it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
It's a great scene.
I mean, case in point, I remember it too because earlier we were talking about it. I was like, yeah, like, didn't Sumi have a scene where she said she didn't?
Yes, you mentioned that. Like, that's the scene where she was. Like, she mentioned that she was like, yeah, I don't think the Phantom Thieves are like, I don't like what they're doing. And then Akechi's like, yo, same.
Yeah, again, that's like playing Final Fantasy and Aerith's like, anyway, I don't like, and you'd be like, wait, what? What do you?
Excuse me. Like, what did you say?
What? Like I thought you were gonna be like super like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Like, what's happening out there? Like that's, and then she's like, no, I don't believe. I'm like, whoa, that caught me off guard.
Same feeling.
Yeah, but yeah, that's so good. I love that trio so much. Like, there every now and then I'll see like I try not to look at like Persona things too much on social media, but like I do get like P5 stuff that hits sometimes now. Like your tweet definitely showed up.
Oh no.
It's like I'm going crazy about Akechi. But I'll see like there's an account somewhere that's like Royal Trio. It's like an account that will just post like fan art of Joker, Akechi, and Sumi like all the time or something. I
want this. What?
I'm gonna have to like look for it. But like I was just every time I see it like hit my feed, I'm like, oh, I love them. I love them all. I wish they could still somehow be friends somehow. Oh God.
Thanks, making me cry in a corner. I want so much of Persona 5 Royal. It's crazy how you get so much of the game and it still leaves you with wanting more.
I know.
200.
Did you play all the other stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it worth playing the other ones?
Depends.
Or is it because you still have the feeling? That's crazy. Like you've played all of the spin-off stuff and you still have that feeling.
Yeah. Nothing changed. It just enhanced all the feelings that I had, like. And what you were talking about before was interesting to me as well, because like people keep complaining about like P5 getting milked, but like from a dev perspective, I'm like, I don't mind it. Like I also completely get it. And Persona 6, like if they just want to keep on creating things that are masterpieces, well, masterpieces are different and take a lot longer. You know, especially with them going through a whole team change. That adds a lot of complication.
Yeah, and to them, they don't even know. It's like that's the thing too, is like from their perspective, they're probably just hoping that the game hits at all. And then it's like, oh my god, people are saying this is a masterpiece. Oh,
how do you live up to that? Like that's terrifying.
I don't know.
Like I kind of feel that way with like Expedition 33 with that team. Like that was their first game, and I'm like, well, how are they gonna live up to that? Like that's gotta be a ton of pressure at that point.
Yeah, and no matter what you do, I feel like every game is gonna have, you know, even if you had the exact same team and the exact same tried to recreate whatever it was, it's never gonna be exactly the same story of development. There's no way.
Exactly.
And I wonder, yeah, like with Expedition, it's a very good one where it's like they're probably looking at it, they're like,
oh
what
snap!
The hell do we do?
They weren't expecting it either, so they're like, oh shit.
They're like, what the hell do we do? Like, well, our combat's pretty good. We definitely could probably do, like, you know, I can spin the wheels and be like, I could see them, you know, keeping the combat and all that stuff. But oh my god, from a story and world building perspective, I have no idea how they go further with that.
That's their problem.
Yeah, that's insane.
I can't even like begin to imagine that headspace.
Yeah, it's such a good problem to have though. Like it's such you gotta imagine they're like on cloud 9, just losing it.
They deserve to be on cloud 9. Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
Totally.
But you know what? That makes me so much more excited for Persona 6 in that it gets a dev team change. I know that that's scary to a lot of people because the same team worked on 3, 4, and 5, right? And having
I didn't
a new
even know
team.
this was a thing.
Oh yeah. It's like almost an entire new team, which is why this is taking so long. Because like after Persona 5 Royal, that team moved and created their own studio and made Metaphor. So like they are now Studio Zero. So like P is a different studio now, and it's like one, I think that is like the main reason for how long Persona 6 has been taking, is because that's probably a lot to coordinate when you have a whole new team to put together. And then on top of the weight of the previous titles that you have to like carry on your shoulders as a new team. But I'm actually like looking forward to it. Like I'm kind of more hopeful because I feel like you create Persona 3, 4, and 5. And not that it like eventually at that point I feel like it's going to get stale when you have the same dev team for so long. Sure. Like I like having creative minds. Like I like seeing new minds coming into a studio to make like Persona 6. So I know a lot of people are like more nervous, but I'm definitely more in the headspace of like I think that this is going to be a great thing because I think that it can like for it to keep evolving and being progressive in like pushing the RPG genre like Persona 5 Royal did. Like I think that they do need to keep on bringing in fresh blood.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like you're speaking my language because this is like what inspires me like every day. Because like I'm a junior game designer, right? And so like, and then I see Expedition happen, right? And I'm like, and the story behind that game is a bunch of people that came together, and there's a lot of juniors on the team actually, and there's people that have never composed a full music suite like that, and never like wrote or published writing like that, and I'm just like.
Crazy. That
inspires me beyond belief. Like I truly feel like having you know the legacy is absolutely a thing. Like when you have a team that can do their thing, that's amazing, right? But I do think like it's cool to be like I think it's good to be hopeful about it because you never know, that might be the shakeup that sends P6 to a whole different like stratosphere or direction.
That's
that
what
makes
I'm
it
thinking could happen.
Yeah, And the other thing too is like, you know, I typically have more of like a optimistic view about stuff like this. Like,
Same,
but
yeah.
you have like P5, it's incredible. I'm assuming P3 and P4 are incredible by the way people talk about them. But again, I'm gonna have to like face that when I'm playing it. Like everyone has such a high expectation for this,
Yeah,
so I need to make sure I'm like,
keep it low.
yeah, I'll keep it like kind of neutral and be like, okay, let's see. I might not enjoy this as much as P5. We'll see.
Exactly.
But I guess what I'm saying is P5 will always be there, and P4 and 3 and Metaphor too, right?
Right.
That's the extent of my knowledge. But I just know those games exist, and that's it. But they're all gonna be there, and they all, you know, like you said, you like the different ones for different reasons. And I imagine it's like that would be the coolest thing is like if you find another thing with P6 where you're like, wait, this is why I like this guy. I still love P5. I still love Akechi. I still love all this stuff. But then P6 does something really different in some way, and you're like, wait, that was kind of cool actually. I really dig that game. So
yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
I'm hopeful with you. I think that like I didn't even know that was a thing, but that to me that's like okay, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see. Is it actually green?
I don't think so. I don't know. Rumors are rumors. I kind of just don't believe them.
Because
nothing is confirmed though.
Okay, they've never confirmed that it's green.
No. Absolutely nothing is confirmed. That's why I'm like,
I always think of it as green game. Because that's all I know is people just say it's like green blue, yellow, or green or red.
I never say anything unless it is officially stated by Atlas. Yeah. Then I'm like, okay, sure. But if it's not officially stated, I'm like,
okay,
probably.
Okay,
not.
So it could literally be. It might not even be a color.
Might not be. I think thematically they might though. Like I can see it being like, I don't know. I think black and white would be cool.
That would be cool.
Like just something like you wouldn't think of. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think outside normal colors.
Yeah, I mean that would be. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's something that the franchise definitely usually does one, right?
Yeah, they do.
Like one color. So
they only started that with P3 though. Persona 1 and 2 were not like that. They did that in retrospect. Like they did that recently with promotions for the game, and they like gave them colors, and it's like, oh, okay, that didn't exist prior.
Dude, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool if it's like not a color. It's like gray. That'd be crazy.
Hey, it might be really good storytelling. You don't know. Could be very thematic.
Some like noir aesthetic or something.
Did you play Expedition 33?
Yeah.
Okay, so you did play, because like I loved their use of noir in that game. So like I think of that, I'm like, oh, well that could be really good theming using black and white thematically for purposeful storytelling.
Oh yeah, like the aspect ratio changes and things like that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were talking about like streaming. I made the decision not to stream that game.
Oh.
So I didn't stream it at all. And people, I feel kind of bad.
No. You don't need to feel bad.
But that was one where I was like, maybe I'll just play it on my own. And then I played it on my own. I'm like, oh my God, it's
I don't blame
you. It's so good.
It also takes like more energy out of you, because like you have a job with game dev. So like you have to do the job, come home and stream. And I know how that was. I did that for like 2 years prior to me going full time and leaving that job. So it's like, that's so much energy, but you can just go home from work and just enjoy the game yourself. And I think that's a lot healthier in your situation, especially for such a game like that. It's a good decision.
It was hard to fit in because I already had Final Fantasy as like my stream thing I was doing. And I was like,
it's too much.
And I already put off Final Fantasy to play like P5 more. And I felt bad.
You put it off?
I tried to do Final Fantasy at the same time as doing P5, which was a colossal mistake. I was trying to do like I was like, oh, I'm streaming this massive game. What if I started another one? And then maybe we do like Persona Tuesdays and then Final Fantasy Thursdays. And then I quickly realized I was like, my brain can't focus on 2 giant RPGs at once.
And especially for like a year, you'd be doing that.
Yeah, right? And so like I had a whole thing where I started Final Fantasy, then I was like, wait, maybe I shouldn't, guys, because I want to actually give it the right time. And then I finished out P5, and then I was like, play more P5, and I was like, maybe I'll do Strikers. And I did Strikers, and then like I felt so bad because the Final Fantasy guys were like, JC, you literally like started it and then left us in the grasslands for like I was like, I'm sorry, we'll come back to the grasslands. And then when Expedition was coming out, I was like, I shouldn't do it to him again. That'd be so mean. That is me being more at the will of stream for sure. Because I was like, I can't delay Final Fantasy anymore. Like they wanted this and they've been waiting. I did P5 for so long, so yeah.
That's a good decision. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You got to enjoy it in your time.
It was so. I assume you like loved it as well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like easily top 5, maybe higher. Can't decide. I'm sitting on it.
Game of all time?
Yeah.
Wow.
It made top 5 for sure, but I just don't know where to place it right now. Kind of. It's in my head somewhere.
I'm still processing it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to place it, because it's like I feel like I need to sit on it for months.
Yeah. I will definitely say the soundtrack is on repeat in this household.
I can't stop listening to it. Oh my god.
It's insanity. It is unreal. Like, and like, with the way we played it is I was playing on the couch, like downstairs, like on the big TV, and Emmy just watches me play, my fiance.
Oh, that's amazing.
And so she was getting into it the whole, like she felt like she played it, even though she was just watching me the whole time. And the number one thing she listens to on Spotify right now is the soundtrack. And I'm like,
it's too good.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good that she's not as like gamer brain probably like as we are probably, but the fact that she's got it on repeat, I'm like, yeah, that just shows that they did something right.
That's the good shit. It reminded me of, because like the only other time I did that was whenever I played Persona 5, ironically. I would just listen to the soundtrack all day, every day for like a solid month. And now that's me with Expedition 33, like all day, every day. Literally my entire day yesterday I just spent making cosplay. And I was listening to Expedition 33 the entire day, just on repeat, all the songs, like while I was making stuff. I'm like, oh, it's just too good.
Yep. Oh, it's so, God. I gotta yap about that game at some point. Not today. Not today.
All right. So I'll schedule you next Sunday night. We'll talk about Expedition 33.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. So it's like let's talk about Mael for 3 hours.
Oh my god! You know that we could talk about Expedition 33 for so long. I unironically would actually love that, because it's like one of those games that there's so much like deep conversation that you can have about the themes of the game, how people play out, you know, without spoilers. It's just, there's so much existentially to talk about with that game, which I'm sure
I know
you love.
Yeah. Oh my god, totally. I
could talk about it forever.
Yeah. I'll refrain for now.
Yeah. It's hard to refrain.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe another time.
Maybe another time.
We'll see what the people want, I guess, in the comments.
Yeah, totally.
But anyway, I shouldn't keep you any longer. Oh my god.
No, it's all good. This has been really fun. I feel like again, like I feel like we've both been asked so much to like actually chat about Persona, and I love that this wasn't just we did talk about Akechi, but we also did a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm glad that it was not just Akechi. It's better for me, honestly. It was very enjoyable though.
Did you get out of your system or no?
About like 10% out of my system. So that's really good.
All right. See you guys next week.
Thank you. You know what? That 10% is going to save me like 2 weeks. So I appreciate it.
You just wake up in the middle of the night. You're like, oh, I need like 3 more hours. I need 3 more hours to do this.
Oh, you bet it, buddy. You bet it.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for like, this was really fun. Seriously.
I know, it was so great to like talk to you face to face.
Yeah.
For the first time and not through chat. So I appreciate that. It was great. You are lovely. It's great chatting with you. I feel like we could chat for so long, and I like that.
Yeah, no, totally. I love yapping about video games. So that is
yeah,
the ABCs of me is just talking about like video games I love. So it comes easy. And also like, again, like you were so easy to chat to too. So thank you.
Thank you.
For being, and like so kind.
Oh, thank you. And I really appreciate with you, like, because I like that we have like a similar mindset on like the creation of games too.
Yeah,
I would,
totally.
because I feel like I could rant so much and like talk to you about my curiosity with like game dev in general.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, I could pick your brain about that forever because like
There's
the creation
there's
process.
so much. There's also so much I wish I could say more.
Oh,
like,
I'm
I
sure
try
you
not
can't
to
say
like.
a lot.
I try not to like endanger my job
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time too. So, but like, I hope as time goes on, I can talk like more openly about like what I do.
I'm sure you will
and then-
eventually, but far down the
I
line.
think so. I
Far
think
down.
so. Yeah. It's one of those things where like we'll get there when we get there, kind of thing.
Yeah, I have other friends
but
in
yeah.
game dev, so I absolutely get it. That I get you.
Yeah, it's like it's always like that. But yeah, I definitely I love those conversations because like I'll just go so designer brain on things. And I'm like,
Oh,
why
I
did
love
they,
that
like,
so much.
Why is this mechanic like even like little things? I'd be like, why is this mechanic in Final Fantasy do like why did they do that? What was the reasoning? And is it like to make me feel this way? Like I love thinking about those things.
So yeah, I
yeah.
appreciate bouncing you off of like about bouncing ideas off of you.
Yeah,
with that stuff too.
Of course. Yeah, like no, it's super
It's
fun.
a pleasure.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure as well. So
Oh, thank you,
you.
JC.
Thank you for having me.
Anyway,
Thank
from
you.
my channel, make sure you go follow him. I'll put links in the description. Go follow him
you.
everywhere. And keep yapping at him to play Persona 3 eventually. Just kidding. Don't do that. He will. Just, you don't need to keep yelling at him to do that.
Protect me from Blue Game. Just protect me. That's all I
Yes.
need. I just like if you see anything that's like, oh God, JC, don't go that direction. Like just let me know. Like I've seen like a P3 trailer like once at like a showcase or something, and I reacted to it like I don't know maybe like over a year ago. But like I don't know much. I think it's like
You probably forget
yeah. I
about
won't
it.
even go. I'll whenever I play it one day, I'll talk
Yeah.
about like what I know from the start. But
Yeah, for sure.
It's
We'll keep you safe.
Yeah, keep me safe.
We'll keep you safe. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for having me on. Bye.